What's up, y'all? This is Charlie. On today's episode, I'm going to be showing you how to make my delicious homemade red velvet cake from scratch. Now, red velvet cake is basically a mild chocolate cake that gets its bright red color from red food coloring, also with the leavening agents, vinegar, and with the buttermilk. All that combines together to give the cake its nice, bright red color. The cake is also coated with a sweet cream cheese frosting. This cake you can get about 12 to 16 servings. It's a classic Southern cake, but it's absolutely delicious. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, here's all what you'll need to make your homemade red velvet cake. Let's get started with our ingredients. You'll need some all-purpose flour, sugar, salt, unsweetened cocoa powder, baking soda, unsalted butter at room temperature, large eggs at room temperature, buttermilk at room temperature, 8 ounces of cream cheese cold, vegetable or canola oil, whichever one you prefer, vinegar, vanilla extract, butter extract, confectioner sugar, and red gel paste or liquid food coloring. And for your tools, you'll need some Baker's Joy nonstick baking spray, and offset spatula, and to bake your red velvet cake, you'll need 2 9-inch round cake pans. And there we have it. Alright, let's get straight to it. We're going to get started with our dry ingredients first. So in this medium-sized bowl with a mesh strainer, add 2 1/2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons of sweetened or unsweetened cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Sift all ingredients into the medium-sized bowl. Stir all your ingredients together. For our wet ingredients, here we have a separate medium-sized bowl. Add 1 cup of buttermilk at room temperature, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of butter extract, and 1 tablespoon of red gel paste or liquid food coloring. Take a whisk and stir all the ingredients together until combined. Alright, let's get started with the preparation of our cake batter. So in our stand mixer bowl fitted with the paddle attachment, you can also use a hand mixer as well. Add 1 1/2 sticks of unsalted butter softened and at room temperature, right on in there. 1/4 cup of vegetable or canola oil, and 2 1/3 cups of sugar. Start your mixer on a medium-low speed just to get that butter, oil, and sugar incorporated. Turn your mixer up to the highest setting and mix this on high speed for 6 minutes. Now, at some point during those 6 minutes, you're going to go ahead and stop your mixer, and you're going to scrape down the sides of your bowl. Continue mixing that in. Alright, scrape down the sides of your bowl. Start your mixer on a medium speed. Add 4 large eggs in at room temperature, 1 at a time. Alright, scrape down the sides of your bowl. Next, we're going to alternate our all-purpose flour and cocoa mixture and the red buttermilk mixture into the batter 3 separate times. We're not doing any measurements or anything like that at this time. Add the first amount of the all-purpose flour and cocoa mixture and the first amount of the red buttermilk mixture. Mix this on a medium-low speed for about 15 to 20 seconds or until combined. Alright, scrape down the sides of your bowl. Add the second amount of the all-purpose flour and cocoa mixture and the second amount of the red buttermilk mixture. Mix this on a medium-low speed for about 15 to 20 seconds or until combined. Alright, scrape down the sides of your bowl. Add the third amount of the all-purpose flour and cocoa mixture in there and the third amount of the red buttermilk mixture. Make sure you use a spatula to get that all in there. Mix this on a medium-low speed for about 15 to 20 seconds or until combined. Alright, scrape down the sides of your bowl. Now for the secret step. Here I have a half a teaspoon of baking soda into the small glass bowl. And to that we're going to add a half a teaspoon of vinegar right on in there. Give this a quick stir. And from there add the mixture into the cake batter. I'm going to take my spatula and stir all the ingredients together. The vinegar and baking soda step helps improve the texture, making the cake light and fluffy. It also gives the cake rise, and it brings out that bright red color. And there we have it, our red velvet cake batter is now ready. Spray your 2 9-inch round cake pans with the Baker's Joy non-stick baking spray. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and preheat my oven to 325 degrees. Pour your prepared red velvet cake batter into your 2 9-inch round cake pans. Take a back of a spoon and spread the cake batter around each baking pan as evenly as possible. To make the batter more even, shake each baking pan slightly. Alright, now it is ready to be baked. Place this into a preheated 325 degree oven on the middle rack. Bake this for 40 minutes. Alright, it's been about 40 minutes now for our cake layers. Let's go ahead and remove this out of the oven. Toothpick inserted into each cake layer should come out clean. Let the cake layers cool for about 2 to 3 hours before removing them out of the pans. You also want to make sure that the cake layers are cooled completely before frosting. Now that the cake layers have cooled completely, if you have a dome on top of your cake layers, take a knife and trim off the top of the cake layers. And you can actually use these parts of the cake to crumble together to use it as a garnish for decoration. Alright, let's make the cream cheese frosting. So in our stand mixer bowl fitted with the paddle attachment, you can also use a hand mixer as well. Add 2 sticks of unsalted butter softened and at room temperature right on in there. And 8 ounces, that's 1 package of cubed cream cheese, and it is cold. Add that in there. Start your mixer on a medium-low speed just to get the cream cheese and the butter incorporated. Turn your mixer up to the highest setting. Mix this on high speed for 1 minute. Alright. Scrape down the sides of your bowl. Add 2 cups of confection sugar. Mix this on a medium-low speed for about 30 to 40 seconds or until combined. Alright. Scrape down the sides of your bowl. Add 2 1/2 cups of confection sugar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and a very light sprinkle of salt just to bring out all the flavors. Mix this on a medium-low speed for about 30 seconds or until combined. Once all of the ingredients are incorporated, turn your mixer up to the highest setting. Mix this on high speed for 1 minute. Alright. Scrape down the sides of your bowl, and from there our cream cheese frosting is ready. As you can see here, this frosting is pretty thick. That is normal. The frosting should not be runny or anything like that. If it is runny, you're going to place it into your refrigerator for about 10 to 15 minutes. Remove it from your refrigerator, place it back onto your mixer, and mix it on a medium-low speed for about 30 seconds. Then increase speed to the highest setting, and then mix it on high speed for about 30 seconds to 1 minute. Alright, let's assemble and decorate our cake. So here we have a cake serving pad. I created my own, of course. And we have that on top of a cake turntable. Take a small amount of the cream cheese frosting and spread that onto the cake pad. This is going to prevent the cake from moving. Add your bottom layer of cake on top of the cake pad and press down gently with your hands. Add 1 1/4 cups of your cream cheese frosting on top of the cake layer. Take an offset spatula and spread the frosting around the cake layer as evenly as possible. Add the second layer of cake on top and press down with your hands. Take a small amount of the cream cheese frosting and spread it onto the top and onto the sides of the cake. This is called the crumb coat. It prevents the cake crumbs from appearing on the final coating of the frosting for the cake. Place this into your refrigerator or freezer for about 15 to 20 minutes. Here I have some large chunks of red velvet cake from a cake that I made previously. If you don't have this, you can just use some pieces of the top dome portion of the cake layers that you trimmed off. Take the cake chunks and break it up into crumbs with your fingers. You can also use your palm of your hand as well. And from there, our cake crumbs are now ready. Add the rest of the cream cheese frosting on top of the cake. Take an offset spatula and spread the frosting around the top of the cake as evenly as possible. As you spread the frosting on top of the cake, once the frosting reaches the edge of the cake, it may start to free fall along the sides of the cake. From there, you're going to take your offset spatula and spread the frosting onto the sides of the cake as well. Take your offset spatula and glide it along the side. Next, you're going to heat your offset spatula until it's warm over an open fire on your stove. Take your warm offset spatula and you're going to glide it along the top and onto the sides of your cake. And there we go. Alright, let's decorate our cake. You're going to take your cake crumbs and you're going to generously sprinkle it toward the top edge of the cake. Just go all around the top edge of the cake with the cake crumbs. Take a small amount of your cake crumbs and sprinkle it directly onto the center of your cake. Take your cake crumbs in handfuls and you're going to add the cake crumbs onto the side of your cake. Add as much as you like. Brush some of the excess cake crumbs using a pastry brush. And from there, our red velvet cake is now complete. Let this set for about 15 minutes, and after that, the cake is ready to be served. You can also store this cake by keeping in your refrigerator at all times, but be sure that when you take the cake out of the refrigerator, you have to let the cake come to temperature before you cut it. You can also freeze this cake in the freezer for about 2 to 3 months in your freezer. Here is the final presentation. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Homemade red velvet cake. Made from scratch by a New Orleans native. If you like my channel, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell button if you want to be notified of my videos. I have an official website for all of my recipes, including this one. Go to www.charliethecookandrews.com. You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter under the name Charlie the Cook Andrews. Stay tuned as Charlie's Taste Test is coming up next. Can't wait. Now it's time to go eat and take a bite. Oh yeah. The cake is soft, it's moist, it is just a little bit crumbly. The cake itself is really not all that sweet, but the cream cheese icing is, so that will bring out the sweetness of the overall cake. The cake also has a very mild chocolate flavor to it. Y'all, Combine that with that cream cheese frosting. Absolutely delicious. I'm telling y'all, try the recipe. It's on point. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, have a good one. Peace.